I opened the oh-so-fancy gift box, drew back the layer of tissue paper and gasped. The whalebone bodice inside the box was made with crimson silk and tiny embroidered flowers. I hurriedly removed it from the box and held it to my bare masculine chest, moving to and fro, my eyes sparkling with pleasure as I admired myself in the full-length mirror. I loved the feeling of the bodice against my skin, and I wanted to know how tight it would be when the ribbons were tied. My best friend, Eloise Fields, marched into our shared dressing room. "Oi, that's mine, you scamp! Don't be getting too fond of it," she scolded, her Cockney accent strong. "My beau brought me that. Came all the way from Gay Paris, you know." "Which one?" I asked. In the mirror, Eloise directed her gaze at me, and in the reflection, she pouted, confused by my question. "There's only one Gay Paris," she insisted. "No, silly. Which beau? As soon as you come off stage, there's a line of coves at the door. Harold and me are beating them back with sticks." I laughed. "Well, yes, I suppose I get more than my fair share of male attention." She fluttered her hand as if it was a paper fan and flashed her eyes. Eloise's mother was originally from Morocco, and her father was a sailor who hailed from Rye in Sussex. She'd grown up in Lambeth, and even though I'd tried to teach her proper elocution, Eloise couldn't drop her strong Cockney accent. She was a small, exotic, caramel-skinned girl with startling ice-blue eyes and close-cropped hair dyed platinum blonde. Eloise is 22. She's a contortionist, and during her act she wears a barely decent costume matched with a silk-sequined cap and slippers. She dances in a sinfully erotic way, and bends her lithe body into the most alarming shapes imaginable. It's quite the talent. And of course the gents go crazy for her, and deliver gifts to the stage door in the hope of getting a date. I admired myself in the mirror again, and met Eloise's gaze. "Can I borrow this? Just for tonight?" I pleaded, my lashes fluttering as I tried a puppy dog look to pull at her heartstrings. "Please, Lou. Miss Georgette's got a private show." "Oh, go on then," she said reluctantly. "One night only. God, George, you know I could never say no to that pretty face." Her small, soft palms gripped my cheeks as she turned my head and popped a kiss on the tip of my nose. I batted her away, then grinned with relief that Eloise had said yes. Paired with a golden blonde wig and the dress I'd just finished sewing, this bodice would look spectacular. I put the beautiful whalebone bodice back in the gift box and put the lid on. Eloise leaned her dainty backside against the dressing table. "So, where's this private show then? Is it the private show that you always come back from laden with goodies?" "You'll have to wait and see," I replied cryptically. "I can't believe you won't tell even little old me." Eloise mirrored my earlier puppy dog expression and then launched a tickle attack. "I'm your best friend. Tell me," she demanded, laughing. I screamed as her bony fingers skated over my naked flesh and I backed away from her. Eloise Fields had the look of a mischievous devil in her eyes. She followed me as I laughed and tried to escape. We ended up in a giggling heap on the red velvet chaiselong, the only item of furniture in our dressing room that wasn't heaped with costumes, silk scarves, or gift boxes. Eloise wrapped her arms around my chest and snuggled her head into the nape of my neck. After a moment of silence, when all I could hear was the thrumming of my excited heart, Eloise spoke. "I wish you liked girls, George." She sighed dejectedly as she clung to me. "I always feel so safe with you." I let out a breath. I knew what she meant. We were closer and more affectionate than some married couples, and don't get me wrong, I loved Eloise. But not in the way that Eloise wanted me to love her. "Just you be safe at your private show is all. I don't want you getting into no trouble. I know what the private shows can be like. The men are even more feral when they get you alone, and there's no one to protect you. Not like here." I patted my friend's hand, glad to have her looking out for me, but I was also unsettled by the weight of what she'd just said. Had something happened at one of her own private shows that she hadn't told me about? Eloise was fiercely independent. She took what she wanted from the men who plied her with gifts, and she didn't suffer fools. She was determined to be in control of her destiny, and I admired her for it.